Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video. This is going to be, I think, an interesting one. This is a new tooling from M2, and I decided I had to pick it up. So this is their Fox Body Mustang. It is a 1988 and 1987 Mustang GT Customs, and I had to pick this up because really before this, the only nice premium Mustang of this era you got was this one right here. This is a Greenlight, which is a very nice and very sought after tooling from Greenlight is this Mustang. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of pick these up and compare them to what we get here with the Greenlight. Now I have a couple of these Greenlight Fox bodies. I picked this one just because I thought it'd be the easiest to kind of see details, and I think this is probably the most readily available one, is this one. I think it's a more recent release, so I think it should be still pretty easy to get, I think, this car. So these are popping up so far, not just so far, only at Walmart. So I've been seeing a lot of people post these to Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and people scoring chases out of them. So I don't know if there's a raw chase in the set. There's just two 1 of 750s. I'm just going to destroy the box. We're going to go ahead and open it right away. If you just want a quick peek around the box, just in case you live in an area where you may never see one of these in person, they're limited to 9,750 pieces, so there's a lot of them out there, in my opinion. But I think they will be quite popular. Now, I will say I've said some not so nice things about M2 in the past in regards to their quality control, and I gotta tell you, when I found these I was excited, but then when I saw them I wasn't so excited. There were some with some major issues there. Of course, I took home the best one, and this was the best one. So I'm kind of interested in how this is going to be. Right off the bat, looking at this, while they're sitting on here, I assume there's some stance issues here with these cars, but because they just look like they're sitting up too high, but that might be just because they're up, screwed on this base. We'll find out, I guess, as we take them off. The one I was really interested in is this red one. I think it looks the most like stock for the Mustang, so I was looking at that. So the Fox Body Mustang is just one of those popular cars. It seems like whatever company does them in Diecast, I would almost consider them a bandwagon car, I guess. It's, you're bound to be successful if you tool this car, at least that release. Auto World has a Fox Body as well, but I'm not going to really get that one out to compare because it's in their deluxe line. It doesn't have rubber tires and stuff. I thought the only fair comparison would be to the Greenlight. So retail, these are about 18 bucks, I think, for the total for all three cars. So you're looking at, $6 a piece, right? I think it was like 18 bucks. Anyway, you'll know at your Walmart. We're going to go ahead and just take them all off of the base, first of all. I kind of wanted to give you guys the whole opening experience, so we are doing this on camera. I'm not going to edit it out or speed it up or anything like that. I want you to know if I strip a screw. I want you to know if I have trouble getting anything off the base. We're being real. So let's go ahead and open it up. Not that skipping it wouldn't be real. It'd probably be less boring, but whatever. I like to do it this way just so you guys get the full removal process sort of on camera. I had a bad camera angle anyway. Just pull them all off. I really didn't prepare anything for this video. I just saw this in the store and I thought, you know what, I need one of those. I need to pick one up. Let's see what this new tooling looks like. So let's take a peek. So as usual, you've got some differences. Now this is the most stock one. This is the one I was most excited for. That's the one we were going to look at last and sort of compare it. Let's take a look at these other ones that are more custom style. So in classic M2 fashion, they're going to have different like little inserted pieces that are for the back wheels that allow them to use different width tires, which is kind of a neat feature in their castings. That allows them to either put, more stock tires like this one, or thicker tires like this one, or drag slicks, stuff like that. So right off the bat, this one looks pretty good. I like it. I kind of like the decal on it. I think it looks pretty good. So the casting itself, just looking at this one, we got, your inserted detail for headlights. You have inserted detail in the back for the taillights. Separate pieces all around. You got a separate piece up here for like the spoiler. Of course, we're going to have a tooled in motor with an opening hood. This casting does not have opening doors, and I think that's a great idea for them not to put opening doors in this casting. Overall, this one does look pretty nice. I do like it. And once it's sitting on the ground, it doesn't appear to have as much of a stance issue. I will say on this one for sure, like those inserted detailed headlights look a little sloppy in there. There were some that were there that looked really, really bad. And some of these, this orange one I don't think looks very good. Just because of all that paint behind there that's orange, it looks kind of goofy. I don't know. This is probably the worst one of the three, I think, as far as style goes, in my opinion. So that's really just, an aesthetic thing. It's orange and black, and while those color combinations go together in one particular time of the year, I just don't really enjoy them on cars that much. The only car maybe that could pull off a bright orange and black might be like a Lamborghini or something. Not really a fan of it, at least not on this Mustang Boss 302. And I don't really like the wheel choice on this one either. And these M2 rims have been around for a long time, and they feel cheap. The tires feel cheap. They look cheap. I don't really like them. But here's the Mustang that I was the most excited about. So this one looks nice and stock. This looks pretty awesome. Mustang GT 350. So I don't know what that is right back there. The taillights look pretty good. The headlights look decent, but again, they look a little bit sloppy. Almost like they're just made of a thin layer. I think the weirdest thing about them is just they look big. I think they look too large for 1/64 scale. So here's a look inside the motor. I do think the wheels look good. They're kind of like a primer gray. Not looking bad. So copyright date in the bottom of this, of course, is 2020 cast line. They really put this casting out very quick from when they announced it. That is one cool thing about M2 is they will announce a casting and then it will be there. Like, you don't usually have to wait too long after they announce it. They put it out right away almost, so they really do produce these things quickly. And, for the most part, I think this is a pretty nice design. I would maybe pick up another one that was more stock. I think this would cover my needs for like a drag version of it. And then if they do come up with another stock one, I would maybe consider grabbing it. You guys know M2 is pretty much the brand that I collect the least, so you might consider me biased in that regard. But I think I'm pretty just honest with how I feel about their stuff. And I know a lot of people like them, that's fine. I just don't, I'm not a huge fan. Here is the Greenlight. Okay, so now the Greenlight tooling to me just looks a lot cleaner. The wheels are very similar, but these definitely have more depth to them, and they look a bit better. They're almost like black washed, and they look really good. The taillights, you could really give it to either on this one. I do like that these taillights are textured back here. This one's got a little bit of a QC issue with the taillight being a little bit crooked in the back. Spoiler looks good on both. The overall body lines, this one just has kind of a meaner like stance to it, and this sits up taller. Ooh, I didn't notice this either, but look at the trim. The trim paint on this one is pretty sloppy. It's actually got a roughness to it, where on the Greenlight it's much better. It just looks a little bit nicer. The base is just a straight metal base. This is metal. This is plastic right here, this little piece right here. Not that that matters. Tire width is pretty close. This one's riveted together, this one's screwed together. The front end for me is probably where it really, I think, looks a bit better on the Greenlight side. You know, maybe the Greenlight's a little too skinny. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I didn't measure these cars, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I just think the headlights look a little bit more properly proportioned on the Greenlight one than they do on the M2. But I gotta say, I mean, the M2 one does look pretty good. It doesn't really roll. That's nor here nor there for a lot of collectors, but some collectors really like their cars to roll well. The Greenlight rolls pretty good. It's an older Greenlight tooling. Greenlight is definitely not without QC issues too that come up. So I'm not going to say that one brand is necessarily better than the other in that regard. The detail under the hood I would give to M2. There's a little bit more detail underneath there as far as, you know, color wise. This one just has straight up a tooled in black plastic motor. It's definitely a different motor than this one. That's got to be because this is probably the GT350 version. I don't know my Mustangs all that well to know the different trim packages, but and all that stuff, and what would be really different about these two cars. I just know the general body shape is the same. The M2 is definitely larger overall, slightly longer. It's taller. Even if you were to take the axles off, the car would be taller. It would appear bigger. It's definitely a little bit wider, but they're both pretty nice. Both got about the same amount of weight to them. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think is better in the comments below. To me, Greenlight has the edge on this one. I just think this looks nicer like this. Mainly the stance of the car compared to that. You know, that wheel's a little cockeyed there. Looks better from this side. Nice looking. Decent job. To me, better job. And that's just my opinion. There's a little QC issue down here on this one too. That actually looks like it's almost like a flea bite or whatever, but it's not. It's some sort of errant silver trim paint from some sort of something. So I'm not sure. I just like the way the headlights look better in this one. I like the overall, really the stance of this one a little bit better. But these look pretty good. These look pretty good. And I think they're going to be popular among collectors. I think they definitely will, especially collectors of M2 are going to dig these. The Chase out there, I think, is limited to 750 pieces. I haven't seen anybody post any sort of raw yet, so I'm not sure if there's raw. But these come in, I think, a case of 6. There's going to be 3 of these 3-packs, and then the other 3 are going to be Chevy trucks that you're going to get in there. So that should be a very popular kind of setup. I do like that they're doing 3-packs of cars. I think that's pretty awesome. That's a great idea from M2 to kind of, you know, the haulers. I know a lot of people collect the haulers. I don't. I'm not into them at all. I know a lot of people do collect them, but I think like 3-packs of cars, I think might go over better for some collectors. And it's cool to just get these 3 Mustangs in one pack and not have to worry about finding all 3 different ones if you really like this casting. And you get some variations of the tooling right away, you know, which is just kind of cool. So yeah, overall, I'm still going to say the Greenlight edges it out, but this Mustang casting is not bad. It's pretty cool. Would I ever pick up another one? You know, that's a maybe. I only picked up 1 or 2 of the Chevy trucks. I really like those 2. I may pick up another one of these if they put out another basic livery like this. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Always interesting to hear what your opinion is, if it differs from mine. Like hearing that stuff. Like hearing if you're going to be picking these up, and what you think of the comparison between the two. So, all right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a great day. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you later.